Oh, am I here? Am I here? I don't know. Are people here? Can people hear me? Yay! This looks weird today, doesn't it? Man, I can never get used to the fact that my screen is so much bigger looking when it's just me. Here I am thinking I put up a quilt that was going to cover everything and everywhere, and wow, it still doesn't. But it's a new quilt, so that's exciting. Hi, Druid and LJ. LJ, I did get your email. Stephanie did forward it to me. Thank you very much, dear. Those were lovely quilt blocks that you have going on there. Let me just I just gotta pull up our stream on my phone here so that I can see everything. Okay. Won't be once I share my screen, I won't be able to see the chat. So, how are we? Are we good? This looks a little weird tonight. I know. Steph had a kitchen accident right before we were going to stream and had to go off to the ER to make sure that she doesn't like need some stitches or something. So we are hoping Steph is okay. But it means that we're just hanging with me tonight. I mean, it won't be as dynamic as Stephanie with her styrofoam chips. If you missed that, you want to watch the last Stitch and Glitch because that was pretty funny. But yeah, hopefully she's just like hanging and watching while I hope she's not going to wait a long time somewhere. Thanks, LJ. I love the vote of confidence. If we fail, we shall fail together. Well, before we do anything, I put up a new quilt. I definitely want to the ceiling kind of comes up like this, and in that little where it meets, that little corner, I do plan to hang something so that these quilts will actually just hang from the ceiling instead of just like having to throw it over the shelving units behind me. That is a goal. Stay tuned for that. But anyways, the last quilt that had been hanging up there for a while was a quilt in my personal collection. This particular quilt is a shop quilt that I thought might be nice to look at. Something a little bit different. And if you're not familiar, I sell, hold on, I just got things. I sell antique quilts and needlework tools on Instagram, JA Antiques and Vintage. And this lovely boy, which the light is really not doing it justice at the moment, is on there for sale if that tickles your fancy. But I thought y'all might want to look at it. What the lighting's not showing is all those flying geese in there has that kind of chrome, like electric kind of orange color next to the pink. There isn't like a particular light overhead over here. That's why it's not like boom, but it's way more dynamic than you're seeing on there. So if you look at the pictures on Instagram, which I guess we could look at, let me pull it up real quick and we shall look at those together, because why not? We're hanging here and we can do whatever we want. Isn't that the truth? So let me just grab this. Ho hum, ho hum. I definitely miss having someone else's voice in the background, because it's just like I'm talking into the void. I mean, I know that you care about what I have to say, but what if you don't? Sorry, I'm just looking through posts to find that. Here we go. Okay. Let me I'm so not used to doing this on my own, and I'm using something different than Stephanie uses. Let's just do. No. Ooh, how about that? Okay. Oh yeah, let's do that. Okay. Are we seeing that? That yellow is, see, that yellow is so much more yellow. Is that coming through? Come on, come on. It's showing on my end. That's so weird. Okay, let me try. That did not do what it said it was going to do. Hold on. Let me just do. I'm gonna have to Inception for a bit. It's just the way life is. Okay. Was I fast that time? Yeah, I was pretty fast. Okay. There we go. I don't know why I picked a tab before it. It didn't want to do what I wanted it to do. So yes, but see how like dynamic that yellow is on here in like, this is, it's what you're seeing reflecting is actual daylight. It's so much more bright than in this room. Hello, thank you. Yeah, see how orange that orange is now? There's no way you were going to tell in this light. No way we were going to see it in this light. It's really just like vibrant, especially against that deep green. I mean, this just like screams Pennsylvania, with its, green and yellow and pink. And we just threw that orange in for good measure. And then this border is just really cool. It's a pretty one. It's a pretty one. And it's been hanging around for a while. Sometimes nice ones do. See, LJ? Yeah, the orange is really like pow. And they're not all the same. Like some of them have some different prints on them. Like as you can see in the middle here, I don't remember if I took a close-up of that block or not, but see right here, there's a little star that's formed in that block because they use different color right there. And that's kind of like the center block, where some of them, like, it's all the same fabric, so it doesn't create this star. I have a feeling I got a close-up of that one. Oh, you can see it a little better right here. I love little hidden surprises like that. There we go. I must have gotten a close-up of that. There's no way that I didn't. Yeah, and see, look, like the quilting is just simple and cute. Like, see this little heart quilted right in here. And then otherwise it's just a lot of like outline. Like, see, they quilted right in this triangle. And then that border is really neat. I personally would not have chosen gray with the pink on this quilt, but I don't care because it's so cool looking. And then, as our friend Barb Garrett would say, a nice brown back. Also the binding here, they use two different colors for the binding, the pink and the green. And then just some more very simple but effective quilting. More of the back. Just a nice tanny, like this is in like full daylight. It's a little more brown than that. It's just looking like that because it's so bright in the room. And the full back. And that was that. But then while I have you guys here, let's pull up this bad boy, which hopefully, if things worked the way that they were supposed to, this was my starting soon screen. Obviously, disregard now this little starting soon thing. Is it actually like up here? Am I having more trouble with my sharing? Is this thing being obnoxious? This thing's being obnoxious. This is just gonna bother me the whole time here, isn't it? Isn't it? Well, let me stick something in the chat first because where did it go? So, assuming my starting soon screen was really there and you were seeing my little vision board about our upcoming lecture with Pam Weeks. Tire screen. Then you are going to be reminded yet again that we are doing our first hosted lecture. Pam's our wonderful guinea pig. She was so nice to offer herself for this. We're doing Saturday, April 12th, 6 p.m. $23. And this lecture for Quilt-As-You-Go, it's older than you think. also known as portable patchwork. This will be the precursor to us starting her book, Portable Patchwork. Steph has been dying to start this book. And Pam wanted a lecture to go ahead. I will also do an author interview when we're done with that book on June 3rd. And if you don't have a copy yet of Pam's book, we really encourage you to buy direct from her. $35 includes shipping. So it's really like the same price if you were to buy new from some other places. And you can get it autographed. So I don't know why you wouldn't want that. And you'll email her at pamela.weeks@gmail.com and ask for the book. Our first assignment for this book will be on Tuesday, April 15th. So you've got some time, but I wouldn't wait because she ordered a limited amount of books for our group. Not that you wouldn't be able to get it elsewhere later, but I just wouldn't wait if you want an autograph book from her. So there's that. And that is very exciting. I can't wait. And I put the link in the chat for registration. And then the link, I believe, is also already in the description. I put it down there before I started the stream. Okay, so let me do that. Ooh, was I fast? Was I fast? We sectioned a little bit, but you know what? It is what it is. I think I'm just probably going to have to get myself a setup like Stephanie has, so that I'm not flying off the cuff here. But tonight, we're looking at Dana's upcoming auction on Saturday the 22nd at 11 a.m., her March Quilt and Textile Auction. There's a lot of good stuff to see in here tonight, and you know something? Stephanie and I hadn't planned anything else, so we can really kind of deep dive into some of this stuff tonight. I feel like sometimes we have to kind of rush through stuff. But oh my goodness, look at this quilt. This quilt has already got a high bid of $275. Good Lord. The great thing about Dana, aside from the fact that she has a low buyer's premium, she's got one of the lowest. I don't know, I'm gonna have to double check. But she does like really reasonable shipping. She's really fast. And she knows what she's looking at because she's a quilt appraiser. Most auction houses often don't have designated quilt people and don't always know what they're looking at, and that can be a problem. So, like, let's just mosey on here. Internet is being a little slow tonight. So this auction starts in 3 days. And you definitely should. Okay, so her buyer's premium is 18. Yeah, so that's still one of the lowest. Stephanie and I have seen buyer's premiums now as high as like 30. I think the highest I've ever seen is 32%. The lowest I've ever seen, like currently, is like 13. So under 20 is definitely a low end. So got a circa 1900 oak leaf and real quilt, most likely from Pennsylvania, based on the color palette. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, I can blow these up. I can never remember who can you blow up and whose can't you blow up. I really like the quilting in this. You got like cable quilting up top. Oh, I can zoom in a little. Ooh, well then, we're zooming. I feel like the last time I was looking, I could get this close, but yeah, that's a pretty black. Oh, I really like that. That is very pretty. We're doing the same yellow here and the same green and the same kind of pink as the quilt that's sitting behind me right now. Something about that double blue is really exciting. A little bit of fading. Something in an old quilt, you're really bound to. Yeah, that's a nice one. What else do we got here? How's everybody's week? I know it's just Tuesday, but like, I feel like a Monday can really ruin your week. Ooh, what am I missing there? Oh, just a little stain. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Yeah, LJ, the quilter, put in a lot of time. That's for sure. Oh, I like this one. Oh, we have a friend that would really like this one. Our friend Becky, office manager for AQSG, is a gal that loves orange and white quilts. You know, LJ, you would think that I would look at the description before just zooming on in, but no, I can't wait. Yep, 1920 pickle dish in a deep orange, solid, and white. Yeah, it's very dynamic. You know something? When I don't think I have a pickle dish quilt either in my personal collection or in my inventory when I think about it. I don't think that I do. It's very interesting to me how they ended this. See how like it just breaks off right here? I feel like I'm not like usually when they end these, they don't have this piece on the outside here. They end with like the center thing here. That's just, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what I'm used to seeing. But maybe not. It's really, really pretty. I think I'm going to have to alert Becky if she's not watching that this is in here because this is really pretty. Is anyone planning on watching this auction on Saturday? I don't know yet if I will or not, just because, oh, I like the quilting. They made like, it looks like little pickle dish circles in the quilting. I know that's not what it's called, but it's reminiscent of the same kind of block. Oh, what just happened? What did I hit? I didn't mean to hit that. Stop it. This is one of those orange fabrics that does this weird thing when light hits it. Oh, and an orange back too. Very nice. Okay, you need to stop it. Just stop. Behave. Sorry, my things are being a little slow. So this one is very interesting. And why is it already up to like it's the highest bid is $275 and the estimate is $300 to $600. So let's see. Antique, circa 1920, Star of Bethlehem quilt with a bars back, most likely Pennsylvania. It measures 95 by 96. Let's see the Star of Bethlehem. Okay, I thought maybe it was tied to someone really important or something. I mean, it does look like it's in really, really good shape. Looks like it's got some pretty bananas quilting on it too. What's it got here? Oh yeah, it's got some really nice quilting. It's like feathering. Oh, is this like, this kind of looks like I guess it's like a quilted heart kind of. Let me look in the lower corner here if it's the same. Wow, the borders really have some stellar quilting. Yeah, look, yeah, it's a heart. That's so pretty. Yeah, this is in really nice shape. Do I think this quilt's hand pieced, LJ? Well, let's see. It usually says. See, starting about the solid using this do setting squares and triangles. It is hand and machine pieced and expertly hand quilted. Thin cotton batting and a stripy bars back. Let's see the back. Oh yeah, I have quite a few quilts that have stripy bars backing like that. That is lovely. LJ, do you collect? I feel like if you don't collect, that you should be. Let me get back to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, lots of different. Here's a Rolling Stone quilt with another bar's back that hasn't even gotten going yet with its bidding. I'm just coming back to the big picture here because we won't have time to go through every individual lot. 1886 album quilts. Oh, this monkey wrench is cute. So LJ, you said you piece a lot and you finish 80% and you like hand quilting very much. I also have a finishing problem. I haven't gotten into hand quilting yet. I keep like meaning to, like I've taken a class. I just haven't like fully jumped off the ledge yet, but I would like to, especially smaller quilts, because I feel like making bed-size quilts probably won't be the main thing that I do. Wow, this is really pretty. I really like the border fabric. Oh, there's the backing. Oh, we've got a tear, but I'm really enjoying that striped fabric in the sashing. That is, there we go. Yeah, that's really nice. It gives a lot of movement. Let's see. This one is believed to be from Connecticut. I was going to guess New England because of the cutouts. It's got 47 blocks, 9x9. There's a 2-inch blue and white striped sashing with border, hand pieced, hand quilted, thin cotton batting, and pink shirting print on the reverse. Wow, that didn't look pink. Looks kind of tan, but you know, the lighting can change everything. Oh yeah, I guess it is kind of pink. Yeah. Ooh, that's a pretty fabric. I kind of just put that in my collection. If you are watching our stitching glitch on Saturday, you get to take a peek inside my sewing room. Let me go back. This one's Endless Chain. I don't know that I've ever seen one of those. That's very cute. Gives me a lot of Christmas vibes. Oh, and we have some inking in here? Oh, did someone wash it? That looks like it probably was washed. Let's see. 1850. Endless chain quilt measuring 85 by 81, 49 blocks, 8 by 8, set on point and staggered in a 4-inch over-dyed green print streak of lightning arrangement. Well, that's a mouthful. It's hand-pieced, hand-quilted, thin cotton batting, and an off-white cotton reverse. The edge is finished and applied in the red binding. There are several signatures on the quilts in ink. Unfortunately, they are illegible. It's in fair condition. Yeah, it looks to me like someone washed this, which stinks. Although, you know, it's funny. I think if you took a photo of the signature in different kinds of light, maybe you might be able to make this out, because this looks pretty like what do I want to say? Like, yeah, it looks like peppermint cotton candy, LJ. Does this signature, the way it's written, it looks like it's really good penmanship, you know? So I feel like if you could clean up this bleeding, that potentially it could be legible. Ooh, I really like that binding. Oh, I like it a lot. Is there more pictures of that binding? Oh, look at that block. That is pretty. I like that print too. Those are some very pretty reds. Well, if you don't mind the issues with the signatures, this could be a really pretty display quilt. Lots of really gorgeous old reds. I definitely have some quilts with this red in it right here. Very nice. Very nice. Guys, I can't spend money in an auction. I can't. Just tell me to stop it. Tell me no. Just no. Tell me not to do it. Ooh, this is pretty. Okay. 1886 album quilt from, North Spring Hill, Bradford County, Pennsylvania for Mrs. S. Quick. 72 by 87. 30 blocks, 13 by 37 straight, 5 by 6. It's hand and machine pieced, hand appliqued, hand embroidered, and hand quilted. Thin cotton batting, cotton reverse. The edge is finished with an appliqued solid red fabric. Each block is different with flowers, leaves, figures, baskets, religious motifs in applique and hand embroidery. Excuse me. Each block is hand embroidered with a signature one with initials. Many of the blocks are dated 1886, with the center block stating, "This quilt is presented to Mrs. Quick by the Friends of North Spring Hill, Bradford County, Pennsylvania, 1886. It's surrounded by the date August 26, 1886. And then there's a whole list of names. Many unique designs, including a hand, foot, tomatoes, doves, and many more. The quilt is in good condition with some small spots, minor bleeding in the red thread. Ooh, red thread. I love album quilts with like weird blocks. Oh, excuse me, guys. I got a tickle. That's so cute. Oh, I like that print. That's very pretty. Huh. Oh, yeah, I can see the bleeding from that red. That's a bummer. You know, it's funny. I know this is dated 1886, but if it wasn't, I wouldn't have guessed that late. Some of what they've done here reminds me of closer to 1900. But it really goes to show you that sometimes you really can be fooled by things. Yes, LJ, Dana's inventory is crazy. She gets some really good stuff. I'll tell you, if I was going to send stuff to auction, I probably would send to her. Aside from the fact that she's pretty close to me. I love me some blue. Wow, this one's also already going high. Oh, look at that blueprint. Oh, that's pretty. I already have some Drunkard's Path stuff, but that is really, really pretty. Let's see. Circa 1890 Drunkard's Path in indigo and butternut prints. I can't say I've heard too many people call prints butternut. Let's see. 20 blocks. Partial on the side. Hand and machine pieced and hand quilted. Medium loft batting and an off-white reverse. Background print is pulled to the front. Yeah, this is really pretty. That print is gorgeous. Give me, oh yeah. That must be really striking in the sun. I love blue. Well, somebody's going to be very excited to get that quilt. You know it's going to be good when it's already really high. One thing I wish that auctions like this could do, that eBay does, is it tells you like there's some kind of like identifying markers for bids, and you can see like in the bidding history like who, like if there's like two people fighting over it or more or something. Like I wish you could see kind of how many people were fighting over stuff. Oh, here's another one that somebody would love. That is also orange. Ooh, this is very simple, but it's very, I don't know. I don't know, it kind of like looks like Tetris blocks from afar. That's pretty. 1880. Birds in the air, believed to be from Tennessee. Hand pieced and hand quilted. That is pretty. Oh, LJ. Terry Thompson and Barbara Brackman did a fabric collection called Butternut and Blue. I do love me some repro. That's pretty. Great use of scrap fabric. Look at all that. Oh my goodness, look at all that stuff. Like if you were going to be doing some fabric study and you kind of really wanted like a menagerie of stuff. But it's interesting. Look at the placement of fabric in this triangle right here. It actually makes the block look like totally different in terms of like this. It makes this look like a hexagon and stuff. I love when fabric does that. Ooh, pretty. The back's not fantastic, but you know, you're dealing with old stuff. We cannot expect things to be pristine when they're old. Yeah, this is just a great piece for fabric study. Anybody studying fabrics, you heard it here first. And so far, it's at $45. That's a deal. This is very pretty too, this oak leaf. Ooh, look at this one. I have some friends that kind of tease me that I go after applique quilts a lot. And it's true. I am very, very pulled to applique quilts. And the reason is because I don't make applique quilts, at least not right now. And even if I did, I don't know that I would be making anything this difficult. Because, like, look at all these, like, spiky doodahs here. Yes, that is their technical term, spiky doodahs. That seems like it would be a lot more involved than I would be making. Oh, this is circa 1850. Democrat rose variation. Hand pieced, hand appliqued, hand quilted. Note the bright green along the border and the blue, which was originally green. Oh, yeah, I see this. This bright green and this blue. Let's see. Which was a... I lost my place here. Oh, the bright blue, which was originally green, along another border. This is a great study of the different ways green fabric can go fugitive. Yeah, because we've got all different kinds of degrees of fading kind of around here. So I agree, it's very interesting. And I think it makes it kind of neat. You know, some people, some collectors that really want everything they have to be absolutely pristine, and there's nothing wrong with that, might not want something like this because of those varying degrees of fading. I think depending on what kind of fading is going on and how it's going on, can make sometimes something more interesting, especially something that's old. Like, it's bound to have issues, because I mean, this is... I need to do math here because, you know, I'm math challenged. This is 175 years old. It's definitely not likely to look the way it did when it was created. You know what I'm saying? So, look at all these just little points. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I do. Where are we here? So we've got the streak of lightning's cold. That's what the border is on the quilt behind me. So funny. Like, if I saw this in some catalog, I might think it was from the 1980s. Because I feel like that's something someone would have on their bed in the 1980s, but it's circa 1870. That's crazy. This one here, old Italian block. This just looks very clean and classic. Look at, these are starting at $10. This auction starts in 3 days. And there's just, ooh, this is very pretty. 1890, improved 4-patch variation. This is lovely. Stephanie, if you're watching, we miss you. Antique, circa 1890, improved 4-patch variation quilt, measuring 64 by 75, comprised of 56 blocks. Set on claret, blueprint. It is hand and machine pieced and hand quilted, thick cotton batting, and a blue and white woven gingham on the reverse. Yes, I agree, Dana. Quite graphic. I love these colors together. I love them. These look like tiny little bow ties. And like, you know, like a little like buttons on a shirt or something, just tiny little bow ties. This is really pretty. Ooh. That is very, I picture this like in like a log cabin home. Imagine quilting through all that thickness. My hand would get very tired. Very tired. LJ, did you want to look at this log cabin? I love me a log cabin. Circa 1890. Well, people are excited about this one too. It's already at 60. Let's see. Log cabin quilt in a barn raising arrangement, 75 by 75, 36 blocks, 11 by 11, set straight, 3.5-inch red claret print border. Hand piece, hand quilted, thin cotton batting, and a blue and white gingham reverse. Very, very pretty. I like that they like threw some yellow in here to really kind of pow. I feel like sometimes, depending on how you've created your log cabin, some of the prints really get lost, and this one makes sure that the light side isn't get. Ooh, look at this purple. I am really enjoying that purple. This is another really good one for fabric study. Yes, indeedy. I love a good like shirting print. Very nice. And we've got a black morning print there. Oh my goodness. Look at these little moons. Sometimes, you know, some people think of like old and antique stuff as boring and dusty and like old and whatever. And like they made dynamic prints then too. I like that backing. I hope I'm at least enticing people to bid on something. You guys need to like go shopping for me. This is cool. Ooh, because I just can't. Oh, this is really pretty. Let's see. Antique circa 1880 Georgetown Circle Variation Quilt. 12 block. This unique wheel or star pattern has 7 points as opposed to 6 or 8. In addition, there is a 6-pointed brown star appliqued in each corner of the quilt. It's hand pieced, hand appliqued, hand quilted. Thin cotton batting, white cotton reverse. The edge is finished with an appliqued brown bias binding. It's in fair condition. Wow, it looks like more than fair from the current photos. Oh, I really like bluish colors and yellow together. It's brown stars. I wonder if that brown was originally brown or if it was purple. or green, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't. Did it say if it was fading, toning? There's a sleeve or hang. Yeah, it doesn't say if she thought that brown was something else. Yeah, that's pretty. I was a total like virgin here. I did not look at anything in this auction before you guys got here. Ooh, LJ, look at this log cabin. This is 1950. But wow, the way they placed that with that black in there is really cool. Let's see. Log cabin believed to be Ontario Amish. That's interesting. This border fabric is interesting. Lots and lots of black. That's cool. They use this black for multiple pieces in the log cabin block. So it like fades away and then you just see these like couple of pieces here. That's very cool. I wonder if, they must have, guessing they did it on purpose because there's more of them. Let's see, are they in those corners? Yeah, they're in the corners. That's neat. It's funny. I have a log cabin that I've done. I think I've done all the cutting for, and it's actually a log cabin pattern. It's called a curve log cabin, and it's Mary Fonz's pattern from, I don't know, which could be Quilty magazine. I forget. Ooh, this is pretty, but I haven't pieced any of it yet. I've just cut it. Yeah, this one's really pretty. 1940s poinsettia block. Machine pieced, hand quilted in an overall Baptist fan motif. Wow, it's already almost 10 of 8. Time flies when you're talking to yourself. Oh, Drew, it wasn't for finishing school. No, this was a print this was a pattern that she had published before she was ever doing any of that stuff, back when she was just working in magazine stuff. I forget. I'll have to find it. Ooh, that's pretty. It's funny, Druid, I didn't even do finishing school. Did she do one of those in finishing school? Ooh, that is really pretty. See this kind of applique people do, like the ends of this like feather that that like, I don't know what it's called like scientifically, but it looks real, like it's really moving. I don't know that I could ever see myself appliquing with that much detail. LJ, I think it might have been in Quilty. It might have been because I used to pick up Quilty. So let's see. 19th century, best estimate is third quarter, princess feather quilt with each block consisting of 4 plumes and a reverse applique sand dollar center. Interesting. Oh yeah, it is reverse applique. Look at that. I'm surprised this one's not higher yet, but it's probably going to go for a decent amount. This would be an interesting auction too, to do an auction review on. Oh my God, we've only gone through one page. We're going to have to go a little faster here. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Antique flying geese. Did this person go blind? Let's see. Druid said Marianne and Mary had it through Quilt Folk, the foundry. Several made it to the foundry. Terrific log cabin. Oh, yeah, Druid, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my goodness. Look at all of these. Woo. That's crazy. How big are these flying geese? That is nuts. Let's see. Multitudinous small scale piecing. It measures 64 by 79. It's comprised of 32 vertical rows of flying. I think that's supposed to be rows, ROWS. Let's see. That measure 1.5 inches wide. Oh my goodness. Each triangle unit is also less than an inch high. Very small scale. Wow, that is tiny. That is very tiny. That's a cool quilt. You hear me? That's a cool quilt. Oh. Druid said a quilt pattern was sent to us from finishing school. Interesting, Druid. Like I said, I didn't sign up for finishing school, so I am not privy to that. The star quilt's very interesting too. I like the colors in it. Another star quilt. Rockingham's Beauty variation quilts. Oh, here's another one that's a sawtooth triangle. Wow. There's really cool stuff in here, guys. Obviously, we can't go through all of it together, even though I really wish we could. But I hope this is going to inspire you to look more. Wow, that's pretty too. Circa 1880. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen one like this. Woo! Those are some stellar fabrics. You know, our friend Mia does quite a lot of collection buying. I could see some stuff in this auction ending up in her collection, that's for sure. Which we can only hope is true, because then she'll share. And we love our friends that share. Like, see, oh, this applique is really pretty. Multi-generational rose wreath. Ooh, this sunburst is pretty. Kind of looks like daisies. Or even this guy here. Lots and lots of great stuff. I wonder if this really came from like one particular collector's menagerie, or if this is parsed through a ton of different collections. Oh, this looks like the cover of a book. I can't remember which book, but I can totally picture the cover in my head. A Wheel of Fortune quilt. Does this mention being the cover of a book? Let's see. Circa 1900, Wheel of Fortune quilt, measuring 74 by 78. 16 blocks, 18 by 18. Set straight, 4 by 4. Hand piece, hand appliqued, hand embroidered. There appears to be no batting. There is a pink and black floral flannel. Or, sorry, pink and black plaid flannel reverse. Adding to the Victorian era aesthetic, hand embroidered seams. Yeah, it doesn't mention being. I feel like the name of the book is called like The Quilt or something like that. That's very pretty. That's some really pretty embellishment going on there. Oh my goodness. Look at this! 1920s Egyptian applique wall hanging. Yes, please. My archaeology background is like, oh my goodness. I feel like I need to email my Egyptian archaeology professor and be like, this needs to live in your office. That is so cool. Hand appliqued, hand piece, hand embroidered. Well, so if we're talking about 1920s, like we're talking about when people were like enthralled with Egyptology because of the discoveries of King Tut's tomb and the Carnarvon family, which, if you don't know, the Carnarvon family are the ones that actually own what we know of as Downton Abbey. And there is a museum of relics from King Tut's tomb in the servants' quarters / basement of that house. This is so cool. This is so cool. So I could never see myself doing this kind of appliquing like some snake dude on his like crown thing. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. I love it. So cool. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Rare Pilgrim Roy pre-printed patchwork fabric. I didn't know the Pilgrim Roy collection had done that. Black velvet on net, 2 yards. That's neat. Not that I'm going to buy fabric, but oh, there's another log cabin. 1970 blue and white cross stitch quilt. Well, this cross stitch pattern is very interesting because it looks like I'm guessing the pattern is meant to look like someone like folded a quilt down. You know what I mean? Like you can see both of the edges there. Not what I would expect. Mm-hmm. Lots of vintage stuff here. It's like a very simple like rows and baskets. Now we're getting into quilt tops. Oh, there's a sunbonnet Sue and like the little overall Sam. That's cute. Stephanie, we miss you. Stars. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Broken dishes. This is just, I feel like at this point, instead of broken dishes, it should just be called shards. Ooh, there's another really pretty princess feather. That one's in a very interesting configuration. I know a couple of our AQSG friends that collect these kinds of quilts, and I certainly support that because, again, when your friends are collecting them, then you can visit them. It's like everybody gets to share in like the collectingness. Let's see. More quilt tops and quilts together. Oh, there's a cute house. There's a bonnet. Vintage African Molly mud cloth. Yeah, I hadn't seen a princess feather like that either. I feel like princess feathers really surprise you. Oh, look, here's even a sampler. I don't often see samplers in her stuff. Lots of flying geese this time around. Oh, here's an eagle for Stephanie. Another star. There's something very particular that I want to make sure that we look at in this auction. So remember I said it was relevant to us finishing our book last time. Oh, that's kind of cool. That kind of looks like abstract art in a way. You want to see the bonnet? I can go back to the bonnet. Oh, it's got a petticoat too. Let's see here. Antique, circa 1900. Hap. Is it really a hap or is it misspelling and it's supposed to be cap? Oh, petticoat and okay, maybe a hap is really what it's called. Hap with petticoat and newer bonnet. Oh yeah, it's hap. The hap or wool quilt measures 51 by 62, arranged in vertical bars, flying geese, wool stripes, suiting materials in various sizes. Machine pieced, machine quilted, and hand quilted. Her reverse is also pieced and appears to have recycled garments. The edge is finished with a scrappy wool fabric, applied binding. It is in good condition. So let's see the photos, please. God, I can't. You heard it here first. I am never making a quilt with like wool, like suiting type stuff. It's just too heavy for my life. Sure, it's nice to sleep under. Oh, yeah, it really does kind of look like someone had miscut some trousers or something and just went like, well, what the hell? It's going to go on here. This is interesting here. Great way to use up mistakes when you're cutting. Yeah, LJ, wool has to be big pieces, but like just sewing it at all sounds, other than like if you're doing, like hand applique or something like that. I'm guessing, I don't know what that is. Is that the petticoat? That must be the petticoat. Yeah. And there's the bonnet. Oh, that's so cute. You think we should bring bonnets back? I might be able to get on board with some bonnets. All right, where were we? This is quite a dainty lady here. Oh, we got small doll quilts. Anyone like doll quilts? Some more doll quilts and more doll quilts. Wow. If you wanted to start a doll quilt collection, you can definitely get a move on with this auction. Okay, now we're getting into more stuff here. Wow, look at this lot of stuff. Over 200 quilt blocks. Look, it's already up to $110. Get it, girls. Hi, Robin. Druid, if I worked outside a lot, a bonnet would not be a bad idea. True story. Just got home from spending the afternoon with one of my BFFs. Oh, that's so nice. Now you get to be here and spend it with other BFFs. Wow, lots and lots of orphan blocks. Here's like another lot of over 200 antique blocks. Now, half of me is like, do they just stop counting at 200 and they're just like, forget it? Because this one we've got over 225. Wow, someone really hit the loose block lottery here. And you could get quite a lot of blocks for cheap, 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 like Dana would say. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Ooh, vintage crewel embroidered rug / wall hanging. That's pretty. Very, very pretty. More stars. That velvet is very bright. Okay, here we are. Antique sale one. So I mentioned that there was stuff in here that was kind of relevant. Now, these are not dress diaries. Oh, they have like a YouTube video. But these are swatch books that I feel like swatch books can be rare and they cannot be rare. It depends on what they are. But definitely, like, the older you get, let's see what happens here with this little dress and pajama prints. Oh my. Look at those. Those are like those neons. Wow. The great thing is because they're in those pages, they don't fade. This one's definitely got some issues too. It looks like some people have taken some fabric out. Wow, look at those prints. Yeah, we'll remove fabric. Wow. Those prints look like they were just made. Wow. Those are really great. I would totally wear stuff like this if I was during this time. Ooh, look at that plaid. I love plaid. So I wonder, the people that tend to collect swatch books, which I don't have any in my collection, um, swatch books can be very costly to acquire. Um, but I wonder if people who do collect them, something like this that has like some issues, like would you redo this book, or would you leave it as is? Well, these are really pretty. Wow, they're so vibrant. Thank you so much, Dana, for making this little video to look through this. Oh, look at that one with the leaves. More plaid. Ooh, now we're getting to kind of like some dusty rose kind of stuff. Hmm. Wow, did she really just go through like that whole thing? Thanks so much, Dana. What else is on this video? Oh, not just this. Wow, that was cool. Okay, let me see. Antique textile swatch book, 1890s dress and pajama prints. Over 330 fabric swatches, possibly self-assembled, but well organized with several prints in different colorways, fabrics all cotton, maybe many, I'm sorry, maybe many 1890 neon prints, many I've never seen before. Fabrics may cross over into the 1900s. In overall good condition, the book shows wear and discoloration. There are several blank pages in the back. That was cool. She's got more. Ooh, she did a video for each of these. Hell yeah, girl. So let's see. This is antique 19th century textile swatch book. All cotton prints circa 1860, including early purple, double pink, variety of browns, striking blues, some orange, yellow, and green. There are over 1,000 different fabric prints, possibly self-assembled but well organized, in good condition inside and out. So I wonder if this one will go for a pretty penny. Yeah, that almost looks like it was just made yesterday. That book looks ooh, yes, come to mama. Now, what's interesting what's interesting about yes, I have paused it. Okay, go away, little thing. Is like they have more than one piece of the same fabric on here. And on that last page, um, I think that's kind of interesting. Oh, morning prince. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Lucky Dana that she gets to play with all this stuff, huh? Like that's probably got to be the best part of being a dealer of any kind is you get to play with the stuff before it goes. Yeah, some of this stuff looks like it was printed yesterday. Yeah, see, there's multiple pieces of like the same print, not in different colorways. Mm-hmm. Look at that yellow. I actually have a quilt that's made out of yellows and blues that are that tone and shade. Oh, look at that red going through there. It's so funny. We think of like, you know, the 1800s, even the 1700s being really boring with fabric. Like, in what I mean by boring, I mean like maybe only having a handful of prints in any given season. And that is so not true. Look at all those yellows. Mhm. So different from the last book, huh? That was like full of neon stuff. I really wish Dana lived closer. I would totally offer myself up to work for that girl. She gets to see so much more stuff than I do. These are cool. Mhm. Ooh, I like that, like, leaf stamp kinda thing. Wow. Okay, went through, like, the whole book. Thank you so much, Dana. Ooh, and just, like, we're gonna throw in some greens at the end for some razzmatazz. Wow. That was pretty. Mhm. Look at this one. Oh, this is an okay. Ely and Walker fabric swatch book. I always used to say Eli, and then someone said it was Ely. I think that might have been our friend Barb Garrett. Oh wow, like this one's like the real deal. Like everything's labeled and everything. 1961 spring season. 400 samples. And this one has a YouTube video too. I need to like I need to stop getting excited about swatch books. I don't need to collect another thing. Oh yeah. Oh. Mm. Now you know what's interesting is there are some people that think that like a 1960s quilt isn't necessarily old enough to care about that much. Uh, and what's interesting is that you know they will eventually be just as antique as like stuff we're looking at now. And sometimes I feel like fabric swatch books like this will get end up destroyed because people think it's not old enough to pay attention to. But it's like now when they might be cheap and people might not be paying attention to them, now would be the time to snatch up swatch books like this one. It's like look at all that fabric. Some of this fabric I recognize, like my mom in her stash. That probably came from her grandmother. Because my mom was born in like 58, I think it was. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna do the whole. I don't think she might do all the pages of this one. It kind of looks like wallpaper. Part of me right now that kind of feels bad for Dana because I'm picturing her like hunched over this table with the camera next to her, playing with this book. Ooh, look at that purple. That purple in the bottom right. Mhm. I definitely feel like we've seen some of these recreated. All right. I'm going to stop this one because there's more. Mhm. Let's see, two swatch books, 19th century florals. Then we got 19th century French and dress print swatches, vintage textile swatch book, silk prints. Wow, look at some of the estimates on here. $400 to $800. Let's see. Wait, what was the estimate on those other? What was the estimate on this one? Oh yeah, 400 to 800. Some swatch books end up going for like thousands. Yeah, there's some. Woo! There's another vintage one. Dress prints. More dress prints. More swatch books. Let's see. Drapery fabrics. Swatch book. Printed silk florals. Yeah, there's like a swatch book for everybody in this auction, I feel like. I'm guessing this probably came from like a serious um swatch book collection. Fancy silk. And look at this. Upholstery fabric samples. Upholstery swatch book. Upholstery. Let's see. Vintage textile swatch folders. Sawyer Barker Company. Oh. 1940s wallpaper sample books. Vintage wallpaper book. Large cotton border print swatches and more. 170 antique printed cotton swatches on cards. That's cool. More swatches on cards. Some people really, really got into their swatch collections. It kind of reminds me, like my generation, it was, stickers. I had a whole sticker book. More swatches. Mm-hmm. The only thing that kind of stinks about some of those swatches on cards is like, if they're not labeled. Let's see. Vintage mid-century decorator fabric samples. Oh, and I mean, like, what would an auction be without feed sacks? Gotta have the feed sacks. I mean, damn, like look at these plaids. Good. More feed sacks. Feed sack and cotton samples. That looks like a pretty good menagerie if you want to just get into collecting. You want a lot of bang for your buck. I would definitely be more I'd be more likely to buy a ton of smaller pieces of fabric than like here we have like, some bigger pieces or even yardage, because I probably wouldn't be looking to use them. I'd be looking to collect them. I guess potentially to do repairs for one. 15-yard bolt of Brunswick and Phil's home deck fabric. Damn. Ooh, look at those browns. Antique 18th century brown fabric, 7 pounds. Now see, that's a lot of big pieces. You gonna open? Hello. Yeah, that's a lot of big pieces of fabric. 7 pounds. Jeez. But I guess if you needed to do some bigger repairs on something, that would be the reason to have some really big pieces. I never used to appreciate brown until I got into antique fabrics and quilts and things. Yeah, 19th century red cotton, 5 pounds. There's a bunch of black. It's exciting. Wow. Lots. Ooh, shirtings. Come to mama. Yeah, LJ used brown now too. It's funny. I used to think brown was just like yuck, but then when I saw how people use it in antique quilts, I'm like, oh, brown's kind of badass. Oh, shirting prints. I love shirting prints. What is that? How come this one won't? Oh, is it horses and it's just upside down? Yeah, it's horses upside down. That's why it looked all weird. Some pretty yellows. Oh, here's a menagerie. So this would be a good, unless like you need particular colors. Come on, open, for crying out loud. This would be a good one because it's just got a little bit of everything. Love me this double blue here. I really only have a small stash of scrap antique fabric. Druid, I love brown. I look good in brown, but didn't always know that. Touche, girl, touche. And LJ says, muddy browns are my favorite. I have 2 brown shirts that are my go-tos because they are sharp as well as different. All right. I can't say I get into wearing brown very much, but I definitely enjoy brown in quilts now. Oh, there's more to this. What's a yellow? Yeah, this is a good one. I'm like parched. I'd also probably go after these blues. I'm obsessed with the blues. I'm sure it has something to do with like the fact that like blue is my favorite color, but yeah, like look at this. Not only do I love blue, I also love some paisley. Although this plaid is really cool. Oh, look at this print here. That's really cute. Or even those flowers here. Maybe I'll end up watching this auction. The other thing too is auctions can take forever. Although, plaid. I love plaid. Oh, here's even more small scraps. Ooh, look. These are antique fabrics that still have the labels on them. That's cool. There's even one there that says cloth. Ooh, teal duck. That's cool. Turkey red. Like I have a couple that have like pieces of that. Oh, you know what's funny is I'm really glad that we don't do this anymore. Cuz like if I like bought fabric that I then had to worry about peeling this big ass sticker off of, I'd be annoyed. I wanted to see, was there a close up? I want to see what this one looks like opened up. Because it just says like claw. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Is that the end? Oh, that's the end. Bummer. I wanted to see that one. This one looks cool though, with like all the little pieces. Yeah, this is definitely a good one if you want a lot of variety. Yeah, tiny little pieces. I wonder if maybe these little ones came from someone that did repairs. Because there's not that, I feel like there's not a whole lot of people that repair antique quilts anymore. Oh, look. A little sewing caddy. I sell things like these. Oh, and a machine too. That's nice. If you wanted to collect child sewing machines. That one's got the lid and everything. Oh, and more little sewing pincushion things. I like those. These are cute. Well, y'all, we have reached the end. And it's 8:30. We saw a lot. Yes, Druid. See, Druid agrees stickers are annoying. Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm glad that you guys hung out. I miss Stephanie. But we pushed along. Wow, that quilt now looks really dark. That's so dark. I feel like when it's me and Steph doing our thing, that like even the light then is brighter than it is right now. Maybe it's just the way my screen looks for me. Maybe it looks, no, it's still pretty dark for you guys too. But yes, so yes, let's see. Hold on, let me just think real quick. I'm pretty sure. Yes, you'll see us next week. I don't know what we'll do yet. Maybe we'll look at an exhibit that we've been sitting on. Who knows? The world is our oyster when we have this free time stuff, and aren't doing books and interviews and things like that. Make sure if you haven't already and you want to attend Pam's lecture because you plan on reading the book with us, that you sign up for that sooner rather than later. I put the link in the description, and I will stick it in the chat once more. Just because I actually can put it in the chat. Normally it's only Stephanie that can put stuff in the chat. Oh, and then also for for this quilt, I will stick that link in too. If anybody missed, like Robin, missed looking at that when we first came in and wanted to get some better, much better pictures of this quilt behind me, you can go see that on my Instagram, because this is one of the shop quilts. Thank you, Druid. Yes, I have a feeling you'll know everything by Thursday. Hopefully I will know stuff soon. You had trouble finding the link, LJ, in the description? Because we have it in the description, we have it up in our Instagram, and we have it up on our Facebook page as well. But if by some chance you still can't find it, then you can email me at quiltnerding@gmail.com. I have since put all kinds of links up in the homepage of our YouTube account, up in like the About section. Once you got there, you had to dig for a link. Once you got where? Once you got where? Because I was gonna say the link that I just put in should have taken you. Let me just check it. Yeah, it takes you right to the registration. I'm not entirely sure what you mean, LJ. You're gonna have to like email me and tell me what you're talking about. Because so far you're the only one I'm hearing that from. So let me know if there's something I can make clearer somewhere. All right, y'all. It's 8:30. We actually spent more time than we thought together. Things went better. I always get nervous when I'm going on by myself last minute. So, but thanks so much for hanging around. I hope this was fun. I enjoyed looking at it. We had time to really like look at it. So yeah. But I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Next Tuesday, hopefully with Stephanie. But if not, and it's just me, we can do that too. All right. Have a good night, everybody.